Hello everyone and welcome to the third and final round of the 2020 Chain Hawk Open presented by Dynamic Discs. We're still out here at the Northside Park, and of course we've got Jamie Kiep along with Isaac Mars. Also joining us is Noah Fiveash, and rounding out our card is AJ Carey. Again, this is the back half, final round. Champions will be crowned as we complete these last few holes. Thank you to my Patreon subscribers and supporters as we're here on hole number 10. And Jamie has the box, or Pikachu. I love how it's on its very last setting there in order for that to fit on his head. And he said he was looking for the straight shot. Unfortunately, that got up and flipped over on him. He said that's as straight as he can throw it. And albeit offline, that should get him to about pin high. That is Noah Fiveash. Mentioned earlier, Noah, just a high school graduate here in the year 2020. It looks like a near park job by Isaac. AJ Carey rounds out our card. Oh, and not past the Guardians as it kicks back up and to the right. Should give him an open putt. Jamie at least 55 feet here. Oh, right side corner pocket. Look at the toe jump heel click. I don't know what the official celebration name is there, but nice work. Huge putt by Jamie. AJ contemplating if he's got to go to the straddle. Oh, and the jumper from outside the circle with a straddle putt. Nice firm stroke there by AJ Carey. That pushes him to 13 under overall. And sure enough, Noah did get to pin high. Also about the same distance. And he gets it to drop. Yeah, I'm looking at you, Noah. Nice work. Isaac is deep through that, just about probably 310 feet on the 285 footer. And unfortunately, even with closest to the pin, the rest of the card are going to pick up the birdie strokes, and he's going to settle for the par. Hits my disc in a box. All right, hole 11, 416. Just playing it out wide to the right is all you need to do. That's at least per Noah's suggestion. So Jamie's looks like it was a little short. And a great line here. You can find out of bounds, I think, if you go too long on this one. And plenty of ground play. Almost trying to skip up and in on that second skip. Might have been a force by AJ. Oh no. Yeah, and that got up and turned over for him. We're going to see in a moment Isaac actually parking almost the short pin, the alternative pin on the right side. And you got to be a little bit tentative here from where we just saw where Jamie is, because again, I think you can go deep and find that OB stream just behind the basket if that gets away from him. Wow. Solid putt there by Noah. You tell us, Noah. It seems like you're putting pretty darn well. Noah did say this is the first time he's been on camera, and he is not disappointed. Almost every single putt he's put up there, he's cashed it in. We'll see if he can finish things out. Just a few holes left to play. If you need to keep your eye on the lead card, the likes of Andrew Marweed, Chris Dickerson, Charlie Goodpasture, Gavin Rathbun. Make sure you check that out on Fox Hills Productions. Oh, look at this guy. Putting with the driver. That's next level confidence. All day. Speaking of Fox Hills, there's one running around. Sandy Point Resort. Now we're moving over to hole number 12. And that's exactly what you want to do. Sometimes I think about trying to describe a hole, and then when someone like Noah gets up and throws it perfectly, there's not much more you can say than just do what he did. That's good. It looked like a nearly identical shot. I think we're going to find that one a little bit longer. Oh, Jamie just did not, I think he just declined a call from Meemaw. He was tapping on his earbud there. That's a limit, which is all overstable, no glide. I think those were his exact description. And Isaac just not catching a break. Jumper's going to leave him with a par. AJ's coming back from outside the circle. This is almost 40 feet. And here you see Jamie just inside the circle. Again, putter's not stolen out of Calvin Heimberg's bag. So don't let anyone start that rumor as he makes the birdie. Noah's anxious to pick up the birdie. A good solid comeback for AJ. And if you've noticed, AJ has missed a few of the putts, but every time he's making the comebacker, his comeback stroke looks just as solid and confident. I think that's something to take note for everyone at home, is know where you're comfortable putting from, so that even if you do miss, you're going to be able to make that comebacker. And I don't think that's the actual basket there. I think it looks like it is, but the actual basket is short and right of that spot. It's, I think, a different basket.
Good shot, man. Thanks.
Just really tough to get an angle out here on a few of these shots. AJ going the right side gap. There's baskets everywhere if you actually just look off in a distance here. I think I'm getting dizzy. No alligators. That's all I gotta say. I've yet to see an alligator. I've been in Gainesville for like 3 days, and I feel disappointed. Great patent pending, gliding, turning over the whole way. Maybe that was the basket they were throwing to. I get confused.
Got it up. Got it.
Wow. Great birdie there by AJ. After taking the right side route, which no one else opted for. Now, I didn't see if he actually marked his lie or not. I think his disc is still in there, but that would be a pro tip here, as you can tell that he feels a little obstructed. And he makes a solid putt, and he did leave his disc there, so that tells us something. You don't always have to mark your disc. You know, if it benefits you to leave your disc there, that gives you that extra 9 inches or so to sometimes back away from the target or back away from something that's obstructing your line or your follow through or whatever the case might be. So I really like that move by Isaac. Sometimes you put a mini down, you're like, I want to get as close to the basket as I can. Well, that extra 9 inches of not marking it can make a world of difference. Just like Disc Baron does. Makes a world of difference. We appreciate the support, Disc Baron. And due to the blind hyzer nature of this hole, I'm about 4/5. Yeah, we'll say 4/5 of the way down the fairway. Not quite pin high. AJ's going to be left. I feel like they really want to be throwing pretty much right at me. Well, just like that shot, but a Guardian stops him. You want to throw just inside of where I'm standing, maybe even over my head, depending on the stability. I tried to be off on the side of the fairway, but you can't be short and left. And we saw AJ kind of saw it off. We also just saw Isaac saw it off. And there's our lead card. They're on the previous hole. I know I just referenced them. Nice gallery following along. A great battle unfolding. I'm not going to spoil what's happening there with how they are intermingling with our chase card, but let's just say it's a great battle. Just a bit aggressive. And speaking of aggressive, this is where AJ is. He's kind of eyeing things up. And he's naturally just going to throw a little hyzer around, maybe even bank it off a tree accidentally. But he's going to line things up here. AJ, what are you doing? Yep. There's a big wide gap to the right. Just a little soft hyzer. No. No. So, hours later, I'm still in disbelief of him trying to thread that needle of going through those. I know he's rated higher than I ever was, and then he makes that putt to save the par.
It didn't fit.
You're right, it didn't fit, AJ.
It didn't fit in the first gap. I thought it would.
That would be like jumping off a skyscraper and landing in a 5-gallon bucket at the bottom. Like, that's how pinpoint accurate that needed to be. And I'm sorry, I'm just shocked that he was attempting that rather than the gentle hyzer. Yeah, he's an Am World champ. He's rated 1,005. Solid player, but I do not understand that one. Isaac, a little bit more work than he had hoped for here on a relatively easy birdie hole. And both Jamie and Noah kind of quietly putting together really solid rounds here. See if he can keep it rolling. And he does.
Bang, bang, boom.
Yeah, we'll go with that. Thanks to VII, a supporter of the Disc Golf Pro Tour. And they just make outstanding jerseys and apparel. We're playing the par 4, 587 feet.
That's good. It worked.
Jamie didn't really know where it was. I couldn't see the basket either, but I've been told that's a good shot. That's a good landing zone to be in. Definitely a 2-shot hole. Also going to be a very good shot as the basket is up and to the right. Well, if Noah's going for the Jeremy Coling, like, holding pose, he's definitely got that down. I'll give him that. Isaac playing for a little more flip up than that gave him.
Wrong area.
Good distance. As you can see, anytime you penetrate past that opening set of trees, you should have a look at getting to the basket from there. It's just all about getting into this wooded area at all, and then you got a lot of different lanes to take to the pin. Basket straight ahead, kind of tucked just behind one of the trees, and you see both Jamie and Noah right next to one another. Gentle forehand from the knee. And gets a little bit of a skip, but pretty much the same shot. That'll work. Isaac soft off the front. Unfortunately, almost every time I feel like he's missed a putt, it's been just a bit low. I don't know if that's fatigue, or what that might be, but he was a bit low the last 2 rounds, anytime I'm seeing him off the mark. Great birdie by Noah. AJ. Pretty textbook birdie here. Jamie lining up the same. That's area behind there is not far from where hole 1's tee was. Also, I believe hole 9, and then obviously Tournament Central. Great event that these guys have put on, the entire Gainesville Chainhawk club and crew. It's been such a pleasure being here throughout this weekend, giving you guys the bonus footage. We're going to take a decent walk over to hole number 16 as I thank El Guapo Baskets, Chris out of the Great Northwest, also the La Nina Open. Hole 16 has a very tight green with not a lot of areas to land. 16, 17, and 18 are new additions to the course. Oh, and he gets the red paddle.
I liked it.
That's weird you like OB strokes, but Jamie did like his throw, and you'll see why in a moment. He is not OB by much. And the basket is red and very much blends with the fire truck directly behind it. And unfortunately blends with the red paddle. This is a mid-range by Noah. Noah said he is actively looking for a sponsor. Oh, and that just barely creeps out of bounds long. Noah's going to be traveling and touring much more in 2021. So just send me 10% and I can hook you up with Noah. We can make something happen here. That is a park job. As one of our gracious spotters goes out and gives us the exact location, and here is the shot.
That was on an ace line, son.
I don't know if that's an ace line. Now, to be fair, he was just short of the stakes in front of him. So yes, he was closer is where it landed, but he never got inbound. So that would be a weird ace run that's 20 feet short. But I do love Jamie's enthusiasm. Wow, right side and in as AJ saves the par. So you see inside the stakes, and then this little area just behind where Noah is also out of bounds. So if you have an overhead shot of this, it looks like a jigsaw puzzle piece for the landing zone and the green here. And Noah's going to still manage the par. Jamie's feeling like his championship's hopes are crushed with the bogey, and Isaac with a big grin taps in for the birdie. Park job. Hole 16, just 2 left to play out here at Northside Park. So there's OB short of the basket, and then OB long and right. And Isaac checks up just short of that. So he's inbounds. Just on a rope. That's going to flirt with the OB line, but stays inbounds just by a foot or two. That stayed low, and we'll give him a look as well. For players of this caliber, I'm not expecting, everyone's easily going to clear. The only danger you can really find, I think, is throwing it too wide to the right, clipping the tree, and then not getting all the way back in bounds. But these guys are making it look easy.
After 4.
So what I need to know in the comments is Isaac can't quite cash it in. Which course did you prefer? That's what I need to know in the comments. Make sure you like and share and subscribe, all that other stuff. But I need to know, which course do you prefer more? Great putt by Noah. The slightly more wood, and there's really even 2 options over at the other course. You saw the shorter course, you saw the longer course, and now here we are on the longer layout over at this course. But overall, of the 2 or 3 courses, as you might say, which one would you prefer to play if you came into Gainesville and you only had time for one? Good birdie by Jamie. AJ also converts, so the 3 birdies on the card. Isaac getting left out of the party, unfortunately. as we move into our 54th and final hole of the weekend. 613 feet. And really the danger,
Oh, she's going.
they love it. The danger is behind the basket. There's a pond no more than 10 or 12 feet deep of the basket. So you're trying to set yourself up here to then have an easy approach to the pin. A little bit of gallery has formed as we've got just these last two cards coming in. Everybody's watching the scores. There might have been an unofficial long drive bounty on this card. I don't know if anybody paid up. Isaac gets the nose up, and that doesn't quite flip as he says. Now, being off to the left isn't necessarily a bad thing. I think he's going to have a good look here. Now, he is short of where he wants to be. It just stays, had that stayed clean, he would have been short and right of the pin. It was a good looking shot. And Jamie playing the Casey AVR, putting himself right next to the pin. He's trying to finish out with a birdie 3. Trying to take a different route than I guess I was anticipating. And this has a good angle. Oh, but as I said, that OB water is no more than 15 feet behind the pin. And Noah is going to splash down and take the penalty stroke. Isaac is ready to be done. I wasn't foreshadowing earlier when I said he'd hit the front of the basket. He said he felt fatigued. It's been a long weekend. I can certainly understand that. You see how calm it is. It's also short. So AJ is going to settle for a par. AJ's wife, also out here competing. I was just about to ruin it, but I know it was a great battle. Her, Ellen Widboom. I'm going to refrain from telling you the outcome there. Solid putt. Got some family support.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
Noah, genuinely impressive. It was a pleasure watching you play. And, you said you were a little nervous first time on camera, and you played really well. Camera or otherwise, it was incredible. So Jamie's going to have the hot score of this group. And, guys, we're closing out. That's the 2020 Chain Hawk Open presented by Dynamic Disc. Thank you to all the club members. Thank you to the staff and the crew in the tournament. Love you guys, and thank you for being a Patreon supporter. That's how this coverage is made possible.